Hey guys, welcome to the Acrylic Asylum. In this video, we're going to paint this Kona coffee side piece here. This came as a result of my good friend Chris Campbell, who asked me to do this piece. With help with the drawing process, you can get traceables over on Patreon in 2 standard canvas sizes. Now let's get started. So I'm starting off with an 8x10 pre-stretched canvas, and I already have my image laid out with wax transfer paper. And so with my number 12 flat brush, I'm going to start off with that. And on my palette, I have Phthalo Blue, Cad Yellow, Cad Orange, Burnt Umber, Raw Umber, and Titanium White. So for the sky background, I'm going to take Phthalo Blue, and I want to dull that with some of this Raw Umber. And just a little bit, not too much. And then with some Titanium White, I want this very light muted blue color to get started with. And I'm just going to start laying in the top and progressively getting lighter as I get towards the horizon, and I'm not worried about covering up all my lines. And as you can see up close, this transparency of the first coat allows me to see my lines just fine, so I'm just going to go for it. And now without cleaning, I'm taking Titanium White, and right next to the values I can see how light the next value is going to be. And I'll go ahead and start a little bit before I bring this color up. And as I do that, paint runs off the brush, and that makes it easier to blend this lighter value up into that darker, and this makes a very nice transition. So I usually use my natural round bristle brushes for this, but I wanted to show that I could also use this flat brush. So getting more white, and see, I should have probably went down this way instead of across because I'm kind of going in the way of my other colors, but that's no big deal. So just a little heads up maybe next time. But anyways, getting that lighter color now, and again, just going up. And this is what's really cool with this, is I can make indications of little clouds and sort of just kind of fade those in. And it just gives this really nice, hazy, sort of sunny day-like look to it. So again, more Titanium White and no cleaning again. And same thing, just going to dust that up and get lighter as I get towards the bottom. Okay, just a quick dry on medium heat with a hairdryer just so I can put down more coats of the background without mixing colors. Okay, so now I'm going to go into some Cad Yellow now, a little bit of Phthalo Blue into that. And now I want to get some Raw Umber into that. And that dulls that green down. So the two values there, I wanted the lighter one because the one that was darker was not what I wanted to start. So right here in these indicated lines is about where I want to put these background palms. And I'm just going to start hashing them in. I have my 1/4-inch angle brush, and I'm just using just the edge of it, and I'm hashing all these little things that you see here, these lines that will indicate some really nice palm branches. And so the other thing I'm not doing is putting water on this brush, and so by not doing that, it will give this really fuzzy look, as you can see there. And I want this sort of abstract look here in the background that's sort of bokeh'd and out of focus. And I'm not really worried too much about it. It's not a lot of detail, so just something like this. And as I add more water later with some more foreground palms, this is going to push those ones back, and we'll see the difference in the contrast between some of the detail and some of the out of focus abstract. So now I'm switching to my number 4 flat brush here. This is a very worn out brush. You can see all the frayed out edges there. And so with a worn out brush, instead of throwing it out, this is really going to help in the bokeh effect and that abstract. So I'm going to take that same dull green value there, and I'm going to start making some distant brush here and just kind of fraying it out with the edge, something like this. You can do this however. You can even tap this on if you want. And if you don't like something, take that light blue background color there that is mostly white, and you can just cover anything or knock anything back to any degree. So really just play around, and it's not too critical. And like I said, abstract is you know, very loose, and you can really get away with a lot. So just kind of experiment around. This is just base coat for now, and I'll add some highlights to this and just basically get generally where things go. So now without cleaning, I'm going to take again some more of that color, and let's go over here with some of that. Okay, no cleaning yet, and now taking some Cad Yellow and some Titanium White. These are going to be some highlight colors now. And here and there, just kind of want to strike those into some of these palms here. And again, no cleaning, more yellow, more white. And let's strike some more yellow in here and there. Okay, so now I'm going to get that dull yellow again. That's that raw umber and yellow in there, and no titanium white. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to start filling in all these different palm branches and the trunk as well. So now I'm going to pick up some raw umber and place that in a couple spots and just show some dark shadowed areas. Okay, now going back into Cad Yellow now with some raw umber into that and some more titanium white to brighten it a bit. And I'm just going to hit and fill in some more of these palm branches. Alright, now going into some Cad Orange now, and to that I'm going to add just a touch of this burnt umber into it. That sort of dulls it down a bit and sort of adds a little brownish color, and I'm going to hit some of these palm branches just here and there, and not everywhere. Okay, and so now without cleaning, I'm taking some raw umber now and some white. This very light brown color is going to be the trunk base color there. Okay, going into Cad Yellow now and a little touch of Phthalo Blue and a little bit different value of green. So just here and there again, I'm going to take this value and place this around this dark value and sort of settle that dark stuff down a bit, and in some other areas in the background there, as you saw. Okay, and so now I'm going to pick up some raw umber into that, and I'll just make the indications of some of these distant palm branches. Now picking up some raw umber, I'm just going to hit this bark detail here on this foreground palm right like so. So it's just my number 4 flat, like I said, and not really needing to change brushes, but if you want to use a number 2 or something smaller, go for it. I'm just doing what I can and using the edge. So now I'm just going to take some yellow now, and again some raw umber into that, and let's go and hit some more stuff. So with that yellow and raw umber mixture, as you can see, I'm using the edge of this number 4 flat here. And even though with those frayed out edges, I can still hit with the very tip of it just some of these palm leaves like so on both sides. So now I'm gonna get phthalo blue and yellow together now, and a little titanium white. And I did not clean my brush, so it is dulled down just a bit with that raw umber still on my brush. And so right here, just here and there, but not everywhere, just gonna hit some of that value in there. And that helps to really change and bring out the depth and dimension that way with the other values when they play together like that. So now taking blue and yellow together, and this is a more vibrant green now. And let's put some of that just here and there over in this area. Okay, going back into yellow, and that brightens it up a little bit more. And so right here, I want to make this distinct palm branch like so. This is going to be one of the foreground palms. So I wanted to make that more obvious there and more detailed and crisp. So I took some yellow and white now, and I'm just hitting here and there with some of these highlights, and that brings it out even more. Alright, just picking up titanium white now, and I'm just going to strike some highlights for the details on that trunk there. And just a little bit right here, I'm going to settle some of this dark down. This is going to be more in the light, and this tree right here on the left is going to actually be in front of the one on the right. And these are going to be the two that primarily have the details that push the rest of this background back. So with my 1/4 inch angle brush now, I'm going to dip it into some water and get the excess off by pushing it against the jar like so. And now I'm going to go in with this wet brush now with some yellow and blue. And to load it, as I go through, I'm going to wiggle it on each side as I pull through, and that makes it into this very nice sharp edge. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and hash these lines, and these are going to be the start of the detailed foreground palms. So now I'm just going to take some Cad Yellow now, and I did get my brush wet again, so that's one thing you want to make sure when you want crisp lines is keep your brush wet. So now with that yellow, I'm just going to redefine and bring out this palm branch just a little bit more. Alright, no cleaning, and taking some titanium white and just a little bit brighter still, and here and there just going to strike some highlights. So just taking some Cad Yellow now and a little bit more titanium white, and with this lighter yellow, I'm going to hit some of these highlights here and there as well. Alrighty, now I'm going to take that blue background, that's just a teeny bit of blue and mostly white with a clean brush now. And I'm going to knock back some of this brush details and have some of that sky poking through. Okay, with yellow and titanium white, I'm going to reinforce this branch coming down the middle like so. And now without cleaning, I'm taking some Cad Orange and a little burnt umber to that and titanium white. And with this orangey light brown color, I want to hit some of the trunk and branches just a teeny bit here and there, and even on some of the palm branches just a tiny bit. Okay, so with my number 16 flat brush now, I'm going to take some Cad Orange and some burnt umber to that, and now some titanium white to bring that up. So this dulled down orange here is going to be the start of what I block in for the rail of this balcony here. Alright, without cleaning, just picking up some more burnt umber into this mixture, and with this darker value, I'm going to hit the rail side like so. And now I'm just going to pick up raw umber now into this mixture, no cleaning yet, and this is going to be our shadow area right here. So with that similar color, and I did not clean, and there is a little bit of raw umber into there as you can see, so it's a little different than the rail color. But this is our coffee, and with this cappuccino fancy color to it, we are doing something really yummy here in Kona for those that love coffee. And so with this value, I'm going to block in for that, and just going to get some more of that color now. So this time a little bit more titanium white, and basically just going to play these values together and more or less cover this up with this general color. And I'll adjust some of that in a little while here. So also right here on the plate, there's going to be that similar color as well. So now right here I've got some Phthalo Green, and I'm going to take some of that now, and to that some Phthalo Blue. So I'm going to be mixing this turquoisey color, so a little titanium white to bring that up a bit. Now I want to dull that down a little now with some of this raw umber. So with this dark value now, I'm going to start with our darker shadow colors and fill those in generally where those go. So no cleaning, and just picking up titanium white and just a teeny bit of Phthalo Blue. This changes the value just a teeny bit, but not much. As you can see, it's pretty similar. And again, this is still our shadow color, and I'll continue to put this generally where it goes. Okay, just going to pick up again more Phthalo Blue, more Phthalo Green, a little bit more blue than green, and then dulling that again with more raw umber, no titanium white. So again, this is a little bit darker, but again, our similar shadow color. And as you can see with the values of shadows changing just a teeny bit, this is what's going to bring out some realism and a little bit more interest in the way that these colors play together. So just filling that in, like I said, and basically putting the shadow color pretty much where it goes. And again, I can always knock back color if I don't like it somewhere, or use another value to define maybe a different value that was too much. So again, taking more green, more blue, more white, and looking for this more bluish sort of hint of green turquoise color here. So with this lighter value, I'll hit the outer plate here where the light's going to be striking it. And while I'm at it with that same value, I'm just going to start filling this in where the shadow is not hitting this. Okay, no cleaning, just picking up more titanium white to brighten this value, and I want to go back over and make this brighter still. So again, without cleaning, I'm going back into more color with less white in it now. Not too much different. And right here, I want this side of the cup to be a little bit different than the outer part of the plate that's lighter in order to be able to tell the difference between the cup and where the plate is. So as you can see, these little value differences is really what tells the story of what's going on and where things begin and end. Okay, again, no cleaning, picking up more blue, more phthalo green, and a little bit more raw umber to dull that down. Again, going back to our shadow color, and let's go and fill some more stuff in. And again, no cleaning, now picking up more titanium white. So as you can see, more titanium white, less titanium white when we do this color. A little bit more dulled down, other times not so much. And we really don't need to clean our brush too much. If you live somewhere really dry, then you might have to for the sake of saving your brush. But I live in the wet tropics of Hawaii, so I don't have to clean as much. So I take advantage of that as much as I can in this way. So again, just gonna go in now with our light value and where the shadow is not, putting that value in. So a little bit more white now, and I wanna brighten those areas up. All right, I'm going to take some raw umber now and phthalo blue together. Essentially that makes black when you mix those up. And with this value, I'm going to go in and fill in the very bottom right here in this area. So without cleaning, I just picked up a little bit more titanium white, and it's a little bit darker still, you can see, than that lighter value, and I just kind of want to go over some of that light value just a teeny bit. So now with a clean brush, I'm taking some Cad Orange, a touch of burnt umber, a little bit of titanium white, and I want to start making the swirls here on top of our drink. Just picking up some titanium white now and just going to brighten these up a bit. So now picking up some more titanium white, and right here there's a border between the inner and outer part of the plate. And with light value left on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and strike this across the outer part of the plate and just kind of show some highlight and a little bit value change. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up some more orange and burnt umber there and titanium white to that. That's our light dull orange. And let's go and let's place some more of that on these swirls and build these up a bit. Now I'm just going to pick up some more Cad Orange into this, and with this more vibrant orange, I want to just hit the drink just here and there. Okay, and so I'm going back to that very light turquoise color, mostly titanium white, and I want to start striking direct highlights here and there with this. So with more titanium white now, I'm just going to put it where I want it the heaviest first, and I'm just going to drag the edges out like so. And I'm not going to cover up all that faded color that's already there, and in this way I'll build some glow and shine. Okay, a little bit of light sneaking into the shadow area right here, and this is what's going to really cause this to really shine and pop and sort of have this kind of curvature distortion to it when these lights and shadows kind of overlap in some ways like that. So that brings more interest in. And again, more titanium white and my number 2 flat that I've been using. And I'm just going to strike some very small details and direct highlights like this. Okay, with that light turquoise color, I'm going to strike this shadowed area with some things like so, and again on the left a little bit. You can do this however. This just brings more shine to life, and also with that orangey brown color, a little bit of paint on the brush. I just want to barely strike a hint of that orange rail reflecting into this. So this really brings out the shine that much more. So now back to my number 12 flat. I'm going to take that brown orangey color, more titanium white this time, and I want the rail a little bit brighter over here since it is in the sun. And back to my number 2 flat brush, just titanium white. Let's sparkle up some more of these swirls here. So after some sparkling of the foam, let's put some other indications into the drink. I'm going to take some burnt umber and some Cad Orange. So this darker value, as you can see there, just here and there, but not everywhere, will really lift this and really add some interest and make this drink pop just a little bit more. So just adding some of this darker value of this turquoise in here and there. Okay, just pure titanium white, and I want to make these sparkling direct highlights as bright as I can. Okay, so I went ahead and signed. I want to thank you guys so much for all your support and joining and watching. And again, Chris, thank you so much for this piece that you requested. This goes out to you and everyone else as well. And don't forget to subscribe for more video lessons in the future I'll be putting out. Try this out. This is super simple, not much to it. Just putting the color where it goes, building up some layers, and this will totally work out. Check out my Facebook like page at the Acrylic Asylum with Mike Ferris. There you can post your work that you do with me, and I'd love to see your results if you're not too shy to post them, so post away. And until next time, happy painting, everyone.